Hi, welcome to the Daddykirbs Farm, and welcome to another fun episode of Monday Meetups. Monday Meetups is where I invite creators from around YouTube with a homesteading theme to share their gifts and their passions. In this episode, please welcome Al Lumnah from Lumnah Acres as he shares from his kitchen how to best utilize all the resources on your homestead to their fullest.
Hey Blake, I wanted to thank you for having us on your channel today. It's mid-March and up here in northern New Hampshire there's still snow outside, so there's not too much stuff we can be doing in the garden. So I thought I'd take a chance today to share a homesteading tip about utilizing everything that you grow and produce on your homestead. I was just getting ready here to cook up one of our pasture-raised chickens, and it just got me thinking of a great tip to share with you and your community. My tip is a thinking pattern shift. When you go and buy something or you have something, let's look at how we can, say this chicken, how can we utilize it to its fullest potential? An egg, a vegetable, anything from the garden, especially anything we grow. We know how much time, energy, and effort we have into it, and we know that it's great food. So let's utilize it and benefit from every angle that we can. Let me give you a little bit of our backstory. I'm Al from Lumnah Acres, a guide to modern homesteading, self-sufficiency, and freedom. We believe in challenging the status quo. We don't think our food system should be controlled by a few multinational corporations. We think we should be involved in our food system the most we can. So that's going to depend for everybody's circumstance. That being said, when we're growing our own food, we're trying to grow the most nutrients-dense food that we possibly can. And then we want to utilize it to its fullest. So take this pasture-raised chicken, for instance. We raised it out on pasture, so it was able to eat grass, be bug control for us, and then we actually get to fertilize our fields with it. And that was one of the big things we focused on last year, is the soil fertility in the pastures weren't good, so we wanted to get as many birds out there as we could to build the fertility and get the grass growing so we can actually get more animals growing on the small amount of fields that we have here. And now we get to thank the chicken, the bird, by utilizing it to its fullest potential that we can. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roast this chicken in our oven, and we're gonna get 3 meals out of it. We'll get 2 chicken dinners, and then we'll get either a soup or a stew out of it. So once we get all the meat that we can get off of this, we're gonna stick this in a crock pot, fill it up with water, and put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, and we're gonna make a really nutrients-dense, healing bone broth for us. Then we're gonna take that bone broth, we're either gonna make a soup or a stew with it, and hopefully have enough left over to stick it in our fridge, and we can be making more meals with it. The reason we put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in with our bone broth while we're making it is the acidity from the vinegar actually helps break down the bones, and you get more of the bone marrow and the nutrients from the bones into your chicken stock. And it makes the bones very brittle. One way you know when it's done is if you take out a bone and you can just break it in half and it almost crumbles. You've got everything good out of it that you're going to. So once you've strained it all and you've got a few of your bones and a little bit of meat left over from making your bone broth, you can either put it in your compost pile if it's nice and hot, or you can feed it to your pigs or your chickens if you have them. This in return is going to get either more meat for you or more eggs. And then they're going to be making some awesome manure with it, and thus that will be turned into compost. We can do the same thing here with our vegetables. We got this leftover celery that we need. We're gonna cut off the tops. It's been sitting in the fridge for a little while. So we're gonna cut this off. We'll give this to our chickens, or we can compost it either way. If we give it to our chickens, we can turn it into either meat or eggs or both. They're gonna make some great manure with it again, and we're gonna compost it. So if you don't have animals, you're just gonna compost it. If you have animals, you're gonna get another step out of it, eggs or meat, and then you're gonna compost it with some awesome manure you just got for fertilizer too. And then you get to take everything that you've composted, put it back on top of your garden, and this is when it really excites me. You're gonna start growing food again. And all that compost you grew, you knew what went into it. A lot of it was right here from your property, or you've gathered it locally, leaves from your neighbors or grass clippings from your neighbors. And you just get to start growing nutrients-dense food all over again. It's just a continuous, beautiful cycle. It's just non-stop. If you look at the world that way, you go, oh, what can I get from this? So we burn wood. We can heat our house with the wood. We can get wood ash left over from the wood. We put that into our compost pile. We compost it, and in return, we put it on our garden, and we get food out of it. There's just so many different things out there you can do this with. If you're raising animals, you got the bedding from the animals, you got the manure from the animals, you got your food scrap. If you got chickens or pigs or whatever, rabbits, you can feed your food scraps to them, turn it into manure, turn that into compost, and it's just a continuous cycle that saves you money and makes you appreciate everything a little bit better. What are some ways that you guys try to be resourceful and utilize everything to the maximum? Leave it in the comments below. I'll be back here reading the comments, and I'm sure Blake will be too. I thank you guys for watching the video today. I'm so happy that Blake invited us on his channel. If you guys want to come over and check out our channel, it's Lumnah Acres. Thanks, Blake. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you so much, Al, for sharing your gifts and your passions here with us on the Daddykirbs Farm. I love how you used the concept of a chicken as a resource. We all know that any resource has multiple functions, and we just need to find a way to utilize them to their fullest. So thank you for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom that you've learned over the years as you've been homesteading. I encourage everyone to go over and check out Al's channel at Lumnah Acres. Give him a few thumbs up, some likes, and subscribe to his channel. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe to Daddykirbs Farm, where we do Monday meetups every Monday, the story of Daddykirbs Farm throughout the week, and live shows every Saturday morning. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'll talk to you soon.